Preparing for live streaming, nagsiset up na siya.
Morning po, Doktora.
Good morning po. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Dr. Lala.
Morning, ma'am. Morning po.
We are now live streaming.
Natawagan pa nila isa-isa kasi ang
Pwede nang i-play yung UB videos. Please share sound.
Since 1946. The University of Batangas, a top non-sectarian private educational institution, believes in the pursuit of knowledge, values, and skills necessary for the preservation and improvement of the Philippine society. It has faith in the dignity of the human person, in the democratic process, in the reward for individual excellence, and in the freedom of a person to worship God according to his conscience. Thus, the institution believes that the development of an individual as a person and worker is an effective means in building a better family, community, and nation, and a better world. We envision the University of Batangas to be a center of excellence, committed to serve the broader community through quality education. The University of Batangas provides quality education by promoting personal and professional growth and enabling the person to participate in a global, technology, and research-driven environment. University of Batangas, then known as the Western Philippine Colleges, started from a rented house, then leased from the government, the first campus in downtown, then later acquired the Hilltop Campus and the Lipa City Campus. UB continues to widen its horizon as it now acquires the UB Millennium Campus, UB Life Building, and the UB Corporate Center, which complete the totality of the UB Batangas City Campus. Committed to its mission, UB makes sure to maintain the excellent standards in its academic programs through PACUCOA accreditation. UB has 5 programs with Level 4 First Reaccredited status, 7 programs with Level 3 Reaccredited status, 5 programs with Level 2 Second Reaccredited status, 6 programs with Level 2 First Reaccredited status, 9 programs with Level 1 Formal status, 5 programs candidate for accreditation for Batangas City Campus, and 11 programs for Lipa City Campus. With this, PACUCOA awarded UB as the institution with the 3rd highest number of accredited programs in the Philippines, highest number of accredited programs in Region 4, and UB Lipa City Campus with the highest number of candidate programs in the Philippines. and as a proof of continuous demonstration of excellent performance in the areas of instruction, research and publication, extension and linkages, and institutional qualifications, the Commission on Higher Education awarded University of Batangas as the Center of Development in Business Administration and Center of Excellence in Teacher Education. The institution also has once again been granted an autonomous status by the same commission. This only proves that UB has sustained its high standards in providing quality education. UB is also dedicated to consistently meet the requirements and expectations of the stakeholders by keeping at pace with the international standards, thereby being granted by Socotec with ISO 9001 series of 2015 standards. University of Batangas is also widely known in performing well in board and bar examinations, not only producing high percentage of passers, but also numerous board and bar top-notchers, making UB the home of the champions. As we continue to face the new normal, UB also embraces the innovative world of learning. Even before the pandemic arose, UB has been ready to cater online education to its students. Since 2017, UB has been using the UBN LMS, an online education hub that provides a large and indispensable set of features to support efficient teaching and learning, powered by NEO. UBN LMS is an innovation that will provide opportunity to redefine the learning process in this generation. UB was also chosen by the Commission on Higher Education to provide free training and capacity building to 250 participants from other higher educational institutions in the region, as identified by CHED, to better adapt in the new flexible and virtual environment. The school's response to the current pandemic has led this institution to reform the way learning is delivered. The Academic Affairs and its 5 committees instituted the University of Batangas Flexible Enhancement in Educational Learning System, or UB FEELS, which presents information, standards, and practices related to flexible learning delivery, or FLD, and thus serves as guide in maneuvering through the new normal in education. Different sets of learning continuity plan were also made to ensure a disaster-proof education. Amidst this global crisis, UB remains empowered, as evident in the significant increase in enrollment rate this academic year. UB also remains committed to give due recognition to its graduates after years of hard work, passion, and dedication. The very first online moving up and graduation ceremonies were conducted. UB is one of the first educational institutions in the province of Batangas to come up with this remarkably innovative moment. This pandemic will never hinder UB from celebrating every milestone and holding activities, because virtually we can. UB never stops with a quest. UB never settles for less. We rise above life's seemingly unending challenges. We stride towards achieving holistic excellence. We rise and stride at 75. This is University of Batangas, undeniably the best since 1946, still ahead and will always be. Welcome to University of Batangas. In response to the challenging times brought by the COVID-19 pandemic, the University of Batangas came up with the health protocols and guidelines which serve as response to the health crisis we are facing. Facilities were retrofitted to ensure the safety of our stakeholders and in preparation for our students who might gradually undergo face-to-face classes in the near future. Here are UB's implemented health protocols and guidelines. At the entrance, a signage of what shall be observed while inside the university is posted. Before entering, a foot bath is placed to ensure that footwear will be disinfected. This is followed by the disinfection of hands and temperature check being administered by the guard on duty at our entrance. And to lessen contact, UB provided a QR code to be scanned for our health declaration. A hard copy form is also available to be filled out by those who don't have a QR code scanner. Tar bath is also placed for vehicles entering the university. While inside the university premises, everyone shall observe a 1.5 meter distancing, which is guided by the markings all over the university. A one-way foot traffic shall be also strictly followed. To control and monitor deliveries inside the university, we have designated a pickup area for food and non-food deliveries. UB also provided its own isolation area for symptomatic individuals if ever such case is identified. Hand washing facilities are strategically positioned to further increase awareness on disinfection. In restrooms, a limited number of users at a time shall be observed, and those next in line shall observe proper distancing while waiting for their turn. Plastic barriers in each classroom are installed. Chairs are also properly distanced. Laboratories are also retrofitted to make sure that it follows the necessary preparation for the possible limited face-to-face classes. Here at the university's Learning Resource Center, health protocols shall also be observed. Upon entering, the QR code for the virtual logbook shall be scanned. Visitors shall sanitize their hands. And books to be returned shall first be checked before putting it to the quarantine shelf. High-efficiency particulate air filters are also installed to trap harmful particles in the area. University of Batangas also provided a specific location to dine in while still observing the safety protocols.
Tables are also installed with plastic barriers to avoid possible spread of the virus in the university.
There are also color-coded trash bins for waste, which are infectious toxic, non-biodegradable, and biodegradable. Health marshals are strategically deployed to ensure that safety protocols are strictly observed. By strictly following these health protocols, we also fight the spread of COVID-19. We want all of you to have a safe and worry-free experience while inside the university. Because here in University of Batangas, your safety is our priority. Thank you so much and always keep safe.
Hello. Good morning, everyone. Okay. So the COVID-19 pandemic has caused a huge part of our lives since the lockdown, no? And after 2 years of this battle, here we are finally seeing the end of the tunnel, hopefully, through the availability of the COVID-19 vaccines. Once again, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Town Hall meeting on pediatric COVID-19 vaccination. I'm Ms. Giselle from the University of Batangas Guidance Counseling and Health Office, and I will be your moderator for today. So let us begin the program through an invocation to be followed by the Philippine National Anthem and the PMA hymn.
Loving God, we thank you for this brand new day you have given us. We ask for your guidance and direction as we come together today. Grant us the strength to manage the challenges ahead and the wisdom to identify these as opportunities as we all strive for excellence. Grant us the gift of an open mind, the willingness to learn, and the humility to accept the ideas of others. Bless our hearts and minds so that we may be able to do things according to your will. Help us recognize diversity as a blessing and unity as our strength. We ask all of these through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Bayang magiliw, perlas ng silanganan, alab ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, tuyang ka ng magiting, sa manlulupi, di ka pasisingin, sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mo naga, mahirap ng tula at awit sa tanayang minamahal. Ang kislap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagbibigay, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may magiging. Lupa ng araw na walang langit pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Ang hindi kaya ng patay mga api, ang mga kay ng dahil sa'yo. Puso ko'y tinig ng kasayahan, dahil ako'y nasama sa tanan. Ang lahat may gintong nasa, makisig at masigla. Kapisanan ay tunay ang damdamin, suliranin itong baya'y pawiin. Idalangin natin ang tapat sa may kapal, ay lunas sa lahat. Awit ng DNA, tayo ay mag-iwan. Magtulungan, magunlad ng bayan. Ang kailangan, ibigay sa kanan, kalusugan at kasal. tapat, may lunas sa lahat. Ilalangin natin ang tapat sa may tapat, may lunas sa lahat.
Thank you very much po. So to formally welcome us in this event, may we call on our ever supportive. Let us hear a message from our ever supportive University President, Dr. Hernando B. Perez.
Everybody should remember and never forget that health is wealth. Yung ating kalusugan ay ating kayamanan. Kaya dapat alagaan natin ang ating sarili. In this period of the pandemic, it is very important for all of us to be vaccinated. I was vaccinated. I am fully vaccinated. And it is important that the youth from 12 to 17 would be vaccinated also. It is good that the government is now promoting vaccination of the young people. So don't waste this opportunity to be vaccinated. Just remember, if you are vaccinated, you are protected. When you are protected, you can move around. The sooner that we combat COVID-19, the better for all of us. We will have face-to-face classes, we will have face-to-face encounter, and we will be able to go places. And so, remember, get vaccinated so that you will be healthy and you will be protected. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much po, Sir Nani, for that message, no? Encouraging us to get our vaccines. No, even the President is already fully vaccinated. So at this point, we would like to acknowledge the presence of our City Health Officer, Dr. Rose Barion. Doc, thank you po sa pagpapaunlak sa aming activity to be able to educate more people sa ating advocacy to have them vaccinated, especially our students, no? So at this point, we will also be listening to an inspirational message from the Batangas Medical Association President, Dr. Corazon Lanusa.
Your UB President Attorney Hernando Perez, our high school principals, your high school principals, the junior high school Dr. Hilaria Gico, senior high school principal Dr. Agot Garcia, your UB Crisis Management Committee, your presiding officer Mr. Alex Ramos, safety officer Mr. Paul Sherwin Sangalang, our very own Dr. Lala Perez Miranda, the Vice President of the Batangas Medical Society, and at the same time, the head of the BS Respiratory Therapy of UB and an Associate Professor in the College of Law, our City Health Officer, Dr. Rose Barion, your Master of Ceremony, Ma'am Giselle, students and parents, and teachers. I assume you are all in your FB YouTube of UB. Thank you very much. Our guest speaker for today, Ma'am Jeline Arante. Thank you very much for gracing this occasion, even for a short notice. Good day, everyone. The COVID pandemic has been with us for almost 2 years. And the fact is, according to infectious specialists, it will be here for quite some time. Needless to say, it can be here to stay with us. So let us not be complacent. We all know that the rate of COVID cases in our city has already been decreasing, even in the whole country. And we all know that this is mainly because of our religious and strict adherence to the health protocols, the wearing of the face mask, the face shield, social distancing. But let us also accept that a great part of this is mainly due to the COVID vaccination. Batangas City has one of the highest percentage of fully vaccinated citizens. We are almost there. We will be reaching already the goal of the herd immunity, which is 70% of the population. But we still have some population also that were not yet vaccinated. So I would like to request everyone to adhere to the to our request that we should be all vaccinated. We are now in our pediatric population vaccination group. So I guess hopefully with the lecture of Ma'am Jeline Arante, you will all be enlightened, and hopefully let us be cautious and strict in following the vaccination. We all assure you that this will do good result rather than harm. So stay safe, everyone. Listen to the lecture, and God bless us all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Lanuza. Thank you for gracing this event. Thank you for being with us and sharing this advocacy. Now, without further ado, we will begin with the talk proper. And today, I'm very honored to introduce our guest speaker. She is a registered nurse and a graduate of Master of Arts in Public Administration. She is a Development Officer 4 in the Center for Health Development Management Officer, Center for Health Development Calabarzon. My dear parents and friends, a true-blooded UBian, Miss Jeline M. Arante, RN, MPA.
Good morning, everyone. So, let me share with, so before I start, I would like to greet everyone. Wait, wala po ako. Okay. Okay, so good morning, everyone. So I would like to, before I start, I wanted to greet first our Batangas Medical Society, our University of Batangas, and Batangas Batangas City Health Office, and Batangas PDOHA po who are here, and also syempre po our parents and students who were watching po live stream po today. So let me share po yung aking pong screen. Okay po. So I'll be discussing today the COVID-19 vaccination, specifically with our 12 to 17 population po. So let me start. Ano nga ba ang bakuna? So papaano po nilalabanan ng bakuna ang sakit? Ginagaya ng bakuna ang virus o bacteria na nagdudulot ng sakit at naguhudyat ng paggawa ng katawan ng antibody. Ang mga antibodies na ito ang siya nagbibigay ng proteksyon sa pagkakataong mahawa ng actual na virus o bacteria na nagdudulot po sa atin ng sakit. Pangalawa, paano nagkakaiba ang mga bakuna? Nagkakaiba ang mga bakuna kung saan ito gawa at kung paano ito naguhudyat ng immune response para gumawa ng antibodies. Kung itong antibodies ay panlaban para sa mga mikrobyo organismo na kalaunan ay magiging proteksyon laban sa totoong impeksyon. Ang bakuna ay maaaring pinahina o patay na organismo or isang genetic product or tulad ng mRNA na gagawa ng protina ng isang virus o bacteria na hindi nagdudulot ng sakit. Pangatlo, ano ang mga maaaring maging side effects pagkatapos magpabakuna? Maaari po tayo makaramdam ng pananakit, pamumula, pangangati o pamamaga ng parteng binakunahan na maaaring magtagal ng ilang oras. Maaari din po tayo makaranas ng lagnat, panghihina ng katawan, pananakit ng ulo, pagkahilo, pagtatae o pagduduwal. At kung makaramdam po tayo ng mga ganitong mga sintomas, agad po tayo sumangguni sa ating healthcare professionals kung makakaranas po ng alinman po dito. So lahat po ng ating pong COVID-19 vaccine na binibigay dito sa Pilipinas ay may emergency use authorization or yung naririnig po nating mga EUA po na galing po sa ating Food and Drug Administration or yung FDA po natin. Hindi po tatandaan po natin, hindi po mabibigyan ng EUA ang isang bakuna or gamot kung ito po ay nakasasama o walang magandang epekto sa mga tao. Kaya tatandaan po natin, ang lahat po ng mga bakuna po natin para sa COVID-19 ay safe and effective po para po sa ating lahat po ng age group. So ano po ba ang isang vaccination site? Siguro po para po sa kaalaman po ng lahat, ito po yung standard operation process po natin. Pag pumupunta po tayo sa isang vaccination site, para po tayo po yung magpabakuna. So una po, meron po tayong waiting area. So sa waiting area po, dito po usually, dito po tayo nag-fill up po ng mga forms and yung mga health declaration form. Bakit kailangan po itong gawin? Para makita po natin, meron po ba siyang, ngayon pong araw na ito, bago po magpabakuna, meron po ba siyang mga nararamdaman pong mga simptomas, inuubo po ba, sinisipon, at saka para makalaman po natin, meron po ba siyang mga ibang mga karamdaman po. So pagkatapos po noon, pupunta na po tayo po sa registration. So ire-register po tayo ng ating pong mga encoders sa ating pong sa ating pong database para makapasok po siya. After po nito, magkakaroon po tayo ng health education and informed consent. So i-educate po tayo, ika-counsel po tayo ano po ba ang vaccine na ibibigay po sa atin, ano po ang ating inaasahan mararanasan, at doon po natin malalaman, papipirmahin po tayo kung tayo po'y pumapayag po na magpapabakuna po tayo. Pagkatapos po, pupunta na po tayo sa health screening. Dito po, chinecheck po ang BP, ang temperature, and chinecheck po tayo ng mga doctors po natin kung meron po ba tayong kung maganda po ba ang health status po natin and suitable po tayo para po magpabakuna sa araw pong iyon. Pagkatapos po noon, kung wala naman po makikita po ang ating mga doctors sa screening process and tayo po ay healthy and fit para po magpa-vaccine, dediretso na po tayo sa vaccine para po tayo po magpa-vaccine administration. Ano po? So pagkatapos po tayong bakunahan, huwag po natin kalilimutan, meron po tayong post-vaccination monitoring. So dito po, 15 minutes po tayo pong inoobserbahan. Ano po? Kung tayo po ay magkakaroon po ng side effect or mga signs and symptoms po na hindi po katulad po ng asthma or bigla po tayo magkaka-allergy or magkaroon po ng anaphylactic reactions, dito po tayo oobserbahan po tayo. Kung wala po naman po tayo pong magiging iba pong adverse event or mga side effects po na nararamdaman, pagkatapos po ng 15 minuto, maaari na po tayong umuwi. So ano po ba yung mga requirements po for 12 to 17 years old po natin? So una, kailangan po natin kasama po ng mga ating mga bata po ang kanila pong parents or yung kanila pong mga legal guardian. No? So kung wala naman po ang parents, so kunwari po, wag naman po sana kung kunwari po ay medyo sumalangit na po or namatay na po yung mga parents po nila, pwede naman po according to Article 214 of Family Code, pwede po yung surviving grandparent po ang mag-accompany po sa kanila papunta po sa vaccination site. Now, kunwari po wala po ang grandparent or wala din po ang parents po ng mga bata pong dapat po mapabakunahan, according to the Family Code of Article 216, pwede po yung oldest brother or sister over 21 years old of age unless unfit or disqualified, or the child's actual custodian over 21 years of age unless unfit or disqualified. So pwede po si ate or si kuya, basta po nandun na po sila sa tamang edad po. And in case of fondlings, abandoned, neglected or abused children, heads of the children's homes, orphanages, and similar institutions duly accredited by the Department of Social Welfare and Development or its city or municipal counterparts according to Family Code Article 214, pwede po si DSWD po ang magbigay po ng consent. So sino-sino po ba, ano po ba yung mga dapat pa po i-prepare po natin? So una po, meron pa rin po tayong mga documents po na kailangan pong i-prepare. Ano po? So kailangan po, documents should be bear the name of the parent or legal guardian of the child. Also, you have to bring po a valid identification card with photo, both for the parent or the legal guardian and the child. If parents are present, kindly bring po one of these. Hindi naman po kailangan lahat. Ano po? Pero dapat po may dala po tayo nito. Yung birth certificate po, PSA or local registry po ng bata po, tapos yung baptismal certificate, pwede po yung barangay certificate, school ID or school records po ng ating mga anak, medical certificate po, kunwari po meron po siyang mga iba po mga kondisyon, so kailangan po may clearance po tayo galing po sa kanilang mga PEDSA, and PhilHealth, SSS, GSIS forms, insurance policies, health plans, etc. Kung solo parent naman po tayo, pwede po tayo magdala ng solo parent ID. Kung ang atin pong anak po is meron po silang mga special needs, so pwede pong dalhin po yung PWD ID po ng ating mga bata, and court orders po. Paano po kung wala pong atin pong mga magulang, kunwari po nasa sa abroad po sila nagtatrabaho, ano po? So ano po ang maaari pong dalhin ng atin pong legal guardian? So kailangan po magdadala po sila ng notarized authorization letter or written affidavit of parent or guardian under an oath with a public official such as the notary public or a person authorized to do so, like yung mga barangay officials po natin, with the presentation of a valid government ID or barangay certification issued by the barangay captain po. The parent or the guardian will be accompanied by one witness personally known to the latter who can attest that the parent or guardian is indeed the parent or guardian of the child. Together, they will meet at the barangay with the barangay captain before issuing the certification. So ano-ano po ba yung mga 12 to 17 years old children po natin na may comorbidities who can be vaccinated po? So una, yung may mga medical complexities like yung with long-term dependence on technical support, yung mga naka-tracheostomy po natin, pwede po sila pong and accompanied with developmental delays, pwede po natin sila pong paturukan. Also, those with genetic conditions such as Down syndrome, G6PD po natin, genetic syndromes affecting immune system, they are also qualified. Also, those with neurologic conditions such as seizure disorders, yung ating autism spectrum disorder, yung ASD po natin, cerebral palsy, stroke and young. Also po with those with have tuberculosis, either pulmonary, extrapulmonary, or disseminated. So pag pulmonary tuberculosis po, yung tuberculosis po nila is nasa lungs. Pag extrapulmonary po is nasa ibang body parts po ng katawan po natin yung tuberculosis. Or kapag disseminated po is 2 parts of the body is affected with tuberculosis. Another condition is yung hepatobiliary diseases po natin. Those with chronic liver disease, cirrhosis, and malabsorption syndrome are also qualified to be vaccinated. Another condition is yung mga individuals with cardiovascular disease such as hypertension, congenital heart disease, cardiomyopathy, rheumatic heart disease, mitral valve disease, pulmonary hypertension with right heart failure. Also po, those with chronic respiratory disease such as chronic lung disease, congenital respiratory malformation, restrictive and restrictive lung diseases. Also, yung mga persons with renal disorders po natin, those who have renal chronic kidney diseases, nephrotic syndrome, and end-stage renal disease should be vaccinated. Also po, yung immunocompromised state due to disease or treatment, those who are having bone marrow or stem cell transplant patients po natin, solid organ transplant recipients, cancer patients po on chemotherapy should also be vaccinated po. And next po yung mga metabolic or endocrine diseases po natin, those individuals who have diabetes mellitus, hypothyroidism, diabetes insipidus, and other hereditary metabolic diseases, and those with obesity, and yung atin pong yung human immunovirus po, yung HIV persons po natin, yung atin po mga persons living with HIVs are also po qualified to be vaccinated po with our COVID-19 vaccines. So ano nga po ba, what is the importance of vaccine? So ito po yung general picture of the vaccination status po of our dito po sa atin sa Batangas province as of November 24, 2021. So yung total doses administered po natin is 2,273,205. And those po that are partially vaccinated are 1,229,680, which comprises 59.7% po ng ating population. And ang ating pong fully vaccinated po is 973,524 po, accumulating to 44.7% of our population. And ito po yung hinahabol po natin, the remaining unvaccinated po natin is 798,180, accumulating for 36.7% of our population. And tatandaan po natin, the target population is 70% po of the projected population is 2,175,446. Bakit po natin ito sinasabi? Ano po? Kasi katulad nga po na nasabi po kanina, ano po sa atin po mga inspirational message, herd immunity po is important for us to achieve para po makabalik po tayo sa dati po nating buhay or kahit po sa ating new normal. And ito po yung mga vaccines na nabigay po sa atin po dito po sa Batangas province. So we have Sinovac, we have AstraZeneca, we have Sputnik V, we have Pfizer, we have Moderna, Janssen, Sinopharm, Novavax, and Varap. So as for our 12 to 17 population po, we have may EUA po natin to be given to them is yung Pfizer and Moderna po. So this is this map just shows us the distribution of vaccinated individuals per municipalities and cities in Batangas province as of November 24, 2021. So makita po natin so yung mga may red po, ito po yung may 0 to 9%, and fortunately wala na po tayo dito. However, meron pa po tayong mailan-ilan pong mga municipalities that ranges to 10 to 29% of accomplishment for vaccinated individuals, but nevertheless, they're doing their best po to achieve naman po. And kung makita po natin, ang ating pong Batangas City is nasa sa 80 to 89% na po tayo ng mga vaccinated po natin. So, napakaganda po ng performance po natin sa Batangas City po. So, I have scenario here in regards with herd immunity. So, tingnan po natin. So, may pumasok po na tao na may sakit or nakakahawang sakit like COVID-19. So, ano po mangyayari? Yeah. So, those persons po kanina po na naka-black, na nag-turn into red, sila po yung mga susceptible host po natin, and nagkaroon po sila ng sakit kasi wala po silang bakuna. No po? So, yung mga naka-green na may bakuna po, hindi po sila nagkasakit. And meron po din po tayong mga tao po, yung naging yellow po, na vaccinated but still got the disease. Kasi hindi naman po sinasabi po na 100% pag vaccinated po, ay hindi na po tayo magkakasakit. Katulad po ng mga routine po natin, katulad po ng BCG, ng mga atin pong penta, yung DPT, sa polio po. So although meron nga po na pong vaccine, but nagkakaroon pa rin po minsan po ng disease. But in regards with COVID-19 po, hindi po sila nagkakaroon ng severe COVID. Usually, kung magkaroon man po ng sakit, they are usually asymptomatic or they just have mild symptoms po. Next scenario po tayo. So sa scenario 2 po, medyo marami na po ang vaccinated. So papasok po yung taong meron pong disease. Yun. So ano po nangyari? Mas marami po ang mababakunahan, mas kakaunti po ang magkakasakit. And makita nyo po, kaunting-kaunti lang po talaga po yung nagkaroon po ng sakit. Ano po yung ibig sabihin po ng tao po dito na kulay? Puti. Diba? Susceptible po siya para magkaroon ng sakit. Pero dahil marami po ang may bakuna, hindi po siya nagkasakit. And this is the essence of herd immunity. Kaya po natin inihikayat ang mga tao po na magpabakuna po tayo. Lalong-lalo na po yung mga eligible and pwede po talaga magpabakuna for us to give protection for those persons who cannot be vaccinated kasi meron pong ibang they have other conditions that does not permit them to get the vaccination. So ito po yung vaccination is a social responsibility. Sabi nga po namin, ang pamilyang bakunado is pamilyang protektado. And tatandaan po natin, this is a social responsibility. Anong ibig po sabihin po nito? Hindi lamang po dapat tayo ay magpapabakuna dahil po sa ating sarili. Magpapabakuna po tayo because gusto po natin proteksyonan ng ating anak, ang ating pong pamilya, and syempre po ang ating pong komunidad. So ano po yung vaccine effect po natin? Lahat ng bakuna po ay binibigyan ng EUA ng FDA. And lahat po ng ito ay epektibo mula 65 to 91%. Depende po kung symptomatic or severe yung atin po magiging sakit. Ang bakuna ay napatunayang epektibo and nagbibigay po talaga po siya ng proteksyon. Kapag pinatatagal ang bakunahan dahil sa brand, takot sa side effect or kawalan ng interes, maaaring malagay ang tao sa pagkakaroon po ng COVID-19. Tatandaan po natin, the best vaccine is the available vaccine. Lahat po ng vaccine po ay epektibo at safe. And lahat po sila ay magbibigay po sa atin ng proteksyon laban po kay COVID-19. So kadalasan po ang nai-report, ito po yung mga kadalasang ang epekto po ng vaccine po. So usually po ito po yung mga common and mild side effect po. At kapag titimbangin po ang benepisyo kumpara sa common or mild side effects, mas importante pa rin po yung mabakunahan po tayo. At mas matipid ito kaysa magkaroon po ng COVID-19 at siguradong may benepisyo po sa kalusugan. Kasi syempre siguro para po sa kaalaman ng lahat, talagang napakamahal po magkasakit po ngayon. Actually, meron pa po kaming iba, talagang milyon po ang ginagastos. Kapag nagkakaroon po ng critical or severe COVID-19 po. So katulad po ng mga gamot, katulad po ng paracetamol, may sadyang kaunting tao po na nagkakaroon po ng side effect. Pero hindi po ito dahilan para hindi po tayo magpapabakuna. Titimbangin po natin, ano po ba ang mas matimbang? Yun po bang minor side effects o yung magiging benepisyo po nito para po sa atin? So, palagay ko po siguro po mas maganda yung makaiwas po tayo sa severe or critical COVID, iwas sa gastos sa ospital, and syempre magkaroon ng protection laban sa COVID. Kesa po isipin po natin yung mga minor side effects katulad ng pananakit ng katawan, medyo may konti pong fever, and hindi po magkaroon ng bakuna. So, kaunti lamang po, With Batangas Province, we have already vaccinated 4,766 pediatric with comorbidities and 57,299,000 for the rest of the pediatric population, of which 5 cases of AEFI were reported and were minor cases. Anong ibig sabihin po ng AEFI? Ito po yung adverse event following immunization. Lahat po tayo po na binakunahan po ng COVID-19, lahat po tayo po ay obserbahan. And lahat po ng kahit po minor, kahit kaunting lagnat, kaunting pananakit po ng katawan, kaunting namula po yung ating braso, ito po yung lahat po ay iniimbestigahan po natin, katulong po natin ang mga taga City Health Office po ng Batangas City, City Health Office po ng ibang cities, and yung mga municipal health offices po natin po sa mga bayan-bayan. In Batangas City po, ang dami na rin po nabakunahan po. For the rest of the pediatric population, they have already vaccinated 20,072 individuals and 517 pediatric with comorbidities po. So ano po ito? Itong pong table pong ito, pinakikita lamang po na bumababa po yung case fatality rate o yung pagkakaroon po ng kamatayan dahil po sa COVID-19. Habang tumataas po yung mga partially and fully vaccinated pong tao. May mga reports po na nagkakaroon po ng COVID-19 infections pero kahit po sila po ay bakunado, pero hindi po ito nagdudulot ng severe or critical na COVID. Kadalasan mild or asymptomatic lamang po o nararamdaman po nila. Ito po ay kaunti lamang pong background. Actually, kami po sa DOH ay nagkaroon po ng rapid convenience monitoring or nag-survey po kami sa ating po mga munisipyo regarding po sa A2 or sa ating po mga seniors kung bakit po yung iba ay ayaw pa rin po magpa-bakuna. So, a barangay with the lowest number of senior citizens were chosen. 20 houses with at least one senior citizen unvaccinated were interviewed. Notably, fear of vaccine side effect, yung 54.4% was the main reason why they are not vaccinated. They were also not interested, yung 20.7%, and influenced by relatives reluctant to be vaccinated, accountable for 7.1%. Bakit ko po ito sinishare? Because, syempre, ang ating pong mga nakakatanda sa atin, they really play a big role po para po sa atin pong pag-comply or adherence para po magpa-vaccine. So, yung kanila pong payo and syempre yung kanila pong mga point of view, syempre tinitignan po natin yan. And iginagalang po natin naman po talaga po yung kanila pong mga sinasabi po sa atin. Pero magkaganon man po, inuulit po namin na ang bakuna po ay safe at ito po ay epektibo para po maiwasan ang kamatayan, severe COVID-19 infection, and yung critical severe 19 infection po. So tatandaan po natin, preventive measures po yung ating pong BDAP na ang sabi po namin yung BDAP na bawal, walang mask and face shield, isanitize ang kamay, lumista siya ng 1 metro, alamin ang totoong impormasyon, and syempre tayo po ay magpabakuna. Magpabakuna para sa inyong kalusugan at sa kalusugan ng ating buong komunidad. So sa ngalan po ng aming pong Regional Director, Dr. Ariel Valencia, ng aming pong Provincial Health Team Leader, Dr. Elizabeth Sario, magandang umaga po sa ating lahat.
Maraming salamat po, Ma'am Jen. Thank you so much po for gracing this event kahit na Saturday, kahit na weekend kami po ay pinaunlakan nyo. So at this point, we would also like to acknowledge our viewers from YouTube. Tayo po ay live via YouTube, around 440 kanina yung ating viewers, no? And also, we would like to thank the support, the high school principals for their support for this activity. Actually, sila yung nag-reach out para magkaroon ng ganito, para mas maging informed ang ating mga parents. So with us today are the principals from the high school department, from the Junior High School of UBBC, Dr. Hilaria Gico, from the UBBC Senior High School, Dr. Agot Africa, and from the UBLC High School department, si Dr. Aji Matera. Ayan. So with us today are both from UBBC and UBLC group po, no? So I would also like to inform everyone lalo na sa mga nasa YouTube, na please log in sa inyong Gmail account so that you will be able to comment down your answers. Kasi kapag nasa YouTube, you can only watch, but you cannot comment if you are not logged in. So, nag-feedback. Ayan. So at this point, we will be, once again, thank you very much po, Ma'am Jen. And at this point, we will be opening the floor for questions. So in the pre-registration, we have already gathered the questions and we will be addressing them to Miss Jen and to our panel of experts. Maraming doctors na nandito today to answer the questions. Anyone po can answer. So we will begin with the first question. So para sa mga may questions pa, you can still comment down on YouTube if ever. But we will be answering some of the questions today. Ayan. So first question, yan. Is it safe for, Ma'am Jen, are you there? Is it safe for 12 years old to be vaccinated? Miss Jen? Or any one of the doctors?
Yes po, of course. Yung vaccine po natin is since katulad nga po na sinabi ko po kanina, ito po ay nabigyan ng EUA po ng permission and ng license from the FDA po natin. Ito po ay proven safe and effective po for those na children po natin from 12 to 17 years old.
Thank you po. Ayan. Another question, kailangan pa po ba ng excuse letter kung magpapavaccine ang student? Are there any principals here from the academic department? But since ako'y from junior high school, we will be clarifying this to our principals if ever may questions. Pero I think some of the teachers, based from my personal experience po to they are only asking for a photo of the vaccine card, katunayan na nagpa-vaccine ka talaga that day. Ayan. What's with some vaccines po, Ms.
Manifest?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes po. Actually po, para po sa karagdagan po na sususugan ko po yung sinasabi po ni ma'am. Actually po, other municipalities po, they're also conducting a vaccination on weekends po. Para po tugunan nga po ito pong concern. Syempre, wala namang pong magulang nga po o may gustong a-absent po ng klase ito pong ating mga estudyante. So, don't worry po, other municipalities and other cities, ang ating cities po, they're conducting vaccinations on weekends po to accommodate yung ating 12 to 17 na children pa.
Ayan, thank you very much, Ma'am Jen. I think here sa Batangas City, they are conducting vaccines as long as may supply hanggang Sunday. I think, oo.
Yes,
Saturday and Sunday.
Hindi po every sa vaccination day with Batangas. Hindi po sila saludo po talaga kami sa sobrang sipag po nila. Basta po mayroong vaccine na available, nariyan po ang ating pong mga vaccinees na gusto po magpa-vaccinate. Ini-schedule po talaga nila yan, ma'am.
Yes, actually when I was vaccinated po ay 9 p.m. 9 p.m. na ako nung maturukan. Grabe, pagod na sila. Okay? Next question po. What's with some vaccines requiring 1 dose only like J&J po, while some others having 2 doses? Bakit daw po yung ibang vaccines may 1 dose only, yung iba kailangan 2 doses?
Yes po, ma'am. This is just because of the yung vaccine formulation po. Pareho lang naman po sila. Anya lang po, yung pagkakapaggawa lang po ng manufacturers po natin. But nevertheless, yung effect po niya ay pare-pareho lang. Kung mapansin niyo po, 'di ba po, ang iba't iba po natin po mga vaccine, may iba't iba rin po silang gap. Kung papaano po siya i-administer. Like si Pfizer po natin, 21 days po yung gap. Si AstraZeneca po, it will take 8 weeks to 12 weeks po yung pinakamaganda for us to get the full benefit of the vaccine. And si J&J po, yung sinasabi po natin na 1 dose only, ganun din po sila. But nevertheless po, ang epekto po nila ay pare-pareho lang po. It's just po, it just not matter po yung pagkakapag-manufacture, yung pagkagawa po ng vaccine po.
Okay, thank you po. This question I also have to ask kasi ang dami pong nagtatanong dito, but we do not have someone from the academic department in the Zoom. So maybe one from University of Batangas kung may information tayo dito. If we are fully vaccinated, can we go back to school for face-to-face classes? So for clarification po ng iba, the others are already conducting face-to-face classes dun sa laboratory ng ating allied medical professions. So actually si Dr. Lala kahapon ay nasa camp. They're already conducting face-to-face classes. I actually visited a classroom kasi malapit sa junior high school yung isang room ng mga taga-camps natin, and they are really following the safety protocols naman. They are even wearing the PPE, yung ating mga ates and kuyas from the college department. So we will get back to you dito sa information na to, no? If we can go back to school for face-to-face classes, pero sana kasi namimiss na namin po ang inyong mga anak. Ayan. Meron po ba ang school na ibinibigay na COVID-19 vaccination? Dr. Lala, do we have answer for this po?
Please repeat the question. Please repeat the question again.
Ayan. Sure po. Meron po ba ang school na ibinibigay na COVID-19 vaccination?
Right now, I don't know if the school is giving any COVID-19 vaccination because the government, our local our LGU, is already quite efficient in giving the vaccination. In fact, there's an upcoming national vaccination days that will be held, and it will be held in different sites around Batangas. So during these days, if you haven't been vaccinated, you can go to any of these sites and be vaccinated. If I'm not mistaken, of course, Dr. Barion can give us more information about this. I think it will be November 29 or November 29, November 30, December 1. I think those are the days that are set as national vaccination days. And then, of course, if there is comorbidity, the vaccination is done within the hospital sites. But our LGUs, our government has been quite efficient, our local LGU, in vaccinating our citizens, in our Batangueños here. Yan, nandito po si Dr. Barion.
Hi, Dr. Lala. Good morning. Can I manifest with what you have stated regarding our NVDs? Okay, so magandang umaga po sa lahat ng taga University of Batangas sa pamunuan po nila through the leadership of Dr. Hernando B. Perez at sa lahat po ng mga principals, sa lahat po ng mga magulang at mga mag-aaral ng University of Batangas. So, relative po sa sinabi ni Dr. Lala, meron nga pong isasagawa na National Vaccination Days on November 29, November 30, and December 1. So ito po ay para sa pangkalahatan from yung tinatawag po nating A1 to A5 and even the pediatric age group. So dito po sa ating pediatric age group for the 3 days po, for those na unvaccinated pa po, so ipinakita po sa atin kanina ni Ma'am Jeline yung pong bilang ng ating mga vaccinated, meron na po tayong 20,000 na mahigit. So, yung pong mga unvaccinated pa can go to, for the 3 days po muna, either to SM City Batangas and Centro Mall, depende po doon sa date na ibibigay po sa inyo on which barangays will be scheduled on these 3 dates. At ito naman po ipaalam po sa inyong mga respective barangays. And ito po ay manned ng pediatrician. So, kasi po pag with comorbidities, tama po yung sinabi ni Dr. Lala, na ginagawa po natin ito sa mga ospital. But on this special day, since ito nga po ay it's a nationwide activity rather, buong Pilipinas po isasagawa po ito. Yung mga 12 to 17 po na hindi pa nababakunahan, depende nga po kung saang barangay, doon po kayo pwedeng pumunta. At malapit naman po yung Centro Mall, nandiyan po yung Camillus Hospital at saka yung Batangas Healthcare if and when magkakaroon po na tinatawag na adverse event following immunization. Yung SM City naman po, mga pediatricians din po ang nandyan, malapit din po tayo sa Jesus of Nazareth. But after these 3 days, kung sakasakali po na meron pa pong mga children na 12 to 17 years old na with comorbidities na hindi pa po mababakunahan, babalik po tayo sa mga hospitals, and those na without comorbidities ay sa Batangas City Convention Center naman po gagawin ang vaccination po nila. So kami po sa pamahalang lungsod ay nananawagan po sa lahat ng mga magulang, sa lahat po ng mga adults pa rin na hindi pa po vaccinated. Sana po ay ating suportahan ang ating National Vaccination Days and even beyond the NVDs para makuha na po natin yung ating tinatawag na herd immunity, yung population protection, kasi nga po we are targeting 70% of our eligible population na mabakunahan. Sana po ay suportahan po natin ito, and I would like to thank the leadership of University of Batangas through Dr. Lala and through our Batangas Medical Society President, Dr. Corazon Lanusa, sa pagbibigay po ng opportunity na ito na maging guest po natin si Ma'am Jeline, which kami rin po ay nagpapasalamat sa PIDOHO para po maipaabot ito pong mga ganitong information and have everybody vaccinated in the city of Batangas. Kung meron man pong mga parents o mga students na hindi po tagalungsod ng Batangas, ay meron naman pong mga vaccination sites din po, yung mga respective LGUs po ninyo kung saan po kayo nakatira. But if you are dito nga po at studying in University of Batangas, siguro nga po, kung po pwede, tama naman po yung sinasabi kanina, baka pwede naman pong may excuse yung ating pong mga bata during the time na sila po ay magbabakuna. But we are open on a Saturday, so anytime din po, from Monday to Saturday po ang rollout ng Batangas City Government for our vaccination. So maraming salamat po sa inyo lahat.
Thank you very much po, Dr. Barrion, for being here at sa pagsagot sa mga questions. I think ang daming questions na sasabihin ko pa mamaya, pero nasagot na ni Dr. Barrion. No? So, andito po si Sir Agot, si Dr. Agot, the principal of the Senior High School. Sir Agot, can I repeat the question kanina? Because someone asked me if everyone or yung mga fully vaccinated ba, is there a possibility for a face-to-face classes next school year? Because the college department is already conducting limited face-to-face. How about for the basic education po?
Good morning. Can you hear me, Giselle?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
Okay. Now, for UB Basic Education, the instruction to us as of yet is that for the whole school year, that's until next year, 2021-2022, we will have online classes for the basic education. The limited face-to-face classes are only meant for the college department. So they started with CAMS and nursing, and everyone else, all the other colleges will follow suit. But the instruction for the basic ed will be for the whole school year. I will repeat that. It will be online, and most probably in the next school year, that's 2020 to 2023, that will be the time that we will be starting with our limited face-to-face or the hybrid mode.
Okay, thank you very much po, Sir Agot. Well, actually, even before the pandemic, yung science class po namin sa junior high school are already observing the blended learning kasi 4 times a week na lang sila pumapasok before. That's why we did not have a hard time transitioning from the face-to-face classes to the learning management system because it has always been there. Ayun, kaya hinay-hinay lang po tayo. Ang mahalaga ma-vaccinated na yung mga bata natin para we can soon hopefully go back to normal or sa isang safer environment. So we have a question here from YouTube. Ma'am Jen, this is for you. I think, safe ba ang vaccine kapag merong allergies?
Yes po, we can administer po yung atin pong vaccine kahit po may allergies po. Unless otherwise, sa previous vaccines po, nagkaroon po sila anaphylactic shock or severe allergies po. Yun po yung medyo nagkakaroon po tayo ng konting pagpapaklearance or pagpapacheck up muna po sa atin po mga attending physician kung pwede po sila magpaturok. But nevertheless, kung kaunti lang naman po, yung very mild lang naman po yung ating allergies, no worries po, safe po na i-administer po yung vaccine po natin. Thank you po.
And if ever naman, ma'am, di ba sa monitoring po, there are doctors and nurses who monitor if ever may adverse effect, may ambulance naman, I think, sa labas ng vaccination center lagi.
Yes po, ma'am. Actually po, sa lahat po ng vaccination sites po natin, lagi po tayong may mga medical doctors po na screeners po natin to assist us if na magkaroon po tayo po ng mga adverse events. Meron din po tayong mga emergency meds na nandoon po. And syempre, meron po tayong standby po na ambulance and malapit po sa mga facilities po natin. Kaya we can be easily po assisted po and matutulungan po tayo if ever po na magkaroon po tayo po ng mga side effects po. Thank you po.
Okay, another question po from YouTube. If ever the booster shots for 12 to 17 years old will be allowed, do we still have to get that shot?
Yes, of course po. We can still have po yung booster shots po natin. Anya lang po, we have to remember po, yung booster shots po natin, ibinibigay po natin siya 6 months after the second dose po. So if ever po na mabigyan po tayo sa Monday, yung atin po mga unvaccinated and ma-encourage na po natin sila na magpa-vaccine. So bibilang po tayo ng 21 days after para po sa kanilang second dose. And after 6 months of that second dose, they can have their booster shot po. Thank you po.
Sige po, follow-up question po. Kapag nagpa-booster na po, how long na po ang itatagal ng bakuna? I think dun sa booster shot. After ng booster shot, gaano siya po katagal yung potency ng vaccine?
As for that, ma'am, no data po pa po tayo dyan. But nevertheless po, para makita po natin po talaga yung atin pong yung immunity po natin or meron po talaga tayo pong na-form na immunity against COVID-19 is talaga po is to go clinical, yung magpapacheck po tayo ng titers po natin kung ang atin pong immunity level po is is tumaas. But nevertheless po, magkakaroon pa rin po tayo po ng protection against COVID-19 po. Thank you po.
Thank you so much po. So ma'am, kapag ganito sa pediatric population, I think Pfizer and Moderna lang yung brand na ina-allow pa for now, no?
For now, si Moderna and si Pfizer pa lang po yung meron pong EUA po natin. So, we'll see in the coming days po kung yung iba po natin pong vaccines, magkaroon na rin po sila ng EUA para po maibigay po sa atin pong 12 to 17 years old po na children po.
Yan, thank you po. Next question, ma'am. Medyo madami tayong tanong. Does the vaccine have side effect in the heart?
Actually po, ang binabantayan lang po natin po, nakita ko po kayo sa slides po natin, usually yun po yung atin pong nagiging side effect. Yung normal po natin na yung nagkakaroon. Parang routine vaccine lang din naman po ang ina-expect natin na magiging magiging side effect like yung fever or yung nagkakaroon po ng rashes, yung redness po or swollen po yung atin pong vaccination site. But nevertheless, wala pa naman po tayong study po na lumabas na nagkaroon po ng ng side effect with the heart. But if in case po na say for example there is this individual or vaccinee na mag-verbalize po na nagkaroon po siya ng cardiac problem due to or after post-vaccination, this will be investigated naman po, and we'll get in touch with the person po and i-assist po natin sila.
Thank you so much po, Ms. Jen. Another question. Kapag po ba fully vaccinated na ang bata, 12 to 17 years old, pwede na daw po ba silang lumabas?
Yes po. Po yan. Po. So, actually po, as for the alert level system po na nilabas po ng ating Office of the Civil Defense, di ba po, ina-allow na po tayong lumabas. But nevertheless, we have to realize that kung yung lalabas po tayo, this should be essential needs po. Okay, for example, kung lalabas po yung ating mga bata, essential needs like going to the doctor, going to the dentist, di ba po? But we have to be reminded po na under the alert level system po, kung lalabas po sila, we have to secure na yung pupuntahan po nila is fully vaccinated din po yung mga makakasama. Actually, nagpalabas po si DTI. If I may, ma'am, para po ma-share po sa ating po. So, under the
level system 2 po. Say for example, syempre Papasko, so ang ating mga bata, gusto talaga nilang pumunta po ng SM, ano po. But nevertheless, ano po sabi po DTI ng Department of Trade and Industry, if they have to go to the like malls po or restaurants, no? So, ano po ba ang kolatilyang hinihingi po sa atin? All the staff and the facilitators inside the stall or the mall should be fully vaccinated. Now, if they're going to eat outside po, kunwari po sa isang restaurant, if it is indoor restaurant, ang inaano lang po natin, inaalaw po natin is 50% of fully vaccinated. And if it is al fresco, it is 70% po yung inaalaw po sa atin. Ano? Pero at the end of the day, we have to realize na si COVID narito pa rin po. Ano po? And si vaccine naman po, hindi naman po niya sinasabi po na hindi po tayo magkakaroon ng COVID. Binibigyan po tayo ng karagdagang protection. But still, we have to observe po yung mga minimum health standards po natin kung lalabas po tayo ng bahay. Thank you po.
Thank you so much po, ma'am. I think last question na po ito. Sorry, ayan. Should a vaccination be a choice or be a mandate?
Okay po. Katulad po ng ng stand po ng kagawaran ng kalusugan, vaccination is not mandatory, but it is a social responsibility. It is a choice, but nevertheless, we have to realize this is a social responsibility. Nagpapabakuna po tayo, katulad sinabi ko po kanina, hindi dahil gusto lamang po natin tayo po protektado. Nagpapabakuna tayo dahil gusto natin ang pamilya po natin protektado. And family is the smallest unit of community, di ba po? And we have to, syempre po, we have to help our community to be, protected against COVID-19 dahil hindi naman po maaari na tayo lang sa pamilya po natin ang bakunado, hindi po ba? And uulitin ko po yung sinabi ko po kanina, there are some persons who cannot be vaccinated due to other conditions. That's why ang panawagan nga po natin sa kagawaran ng kalusugan, kasama po ang ating mga City Health and ang ating po mga RHUs, is magpabakuna po yung mga dapat po magpabakuna para ito po mga persons na hindi po maaaring mabakunahan ay maprotektahan po natin against COVID-19. And that's the very essence of herd immunity po, ma'am. Thank you po.
Ma'am, I think last question na to sa lahat ng mga, unless ma'am siya may questions pa ba sa YouTube, pero yung nasa pre-registration natin, ma'am, safe po ba yung vaccine for SLE patients?
Yes po, kasama po sila dun sa may mga autoimmune deficiencies po. Kasama po sila and they're safe to be vaccinated po. Nakasama po siya kanila po dun sa na ipakita ko pong slides. Yung may mga loop natin, kasama po.
Other comorbidities po, no, like asthma and all, may mga questions lang din dito. Ayan. Thank you so much po. I think that's all. Ma'am siya, may questions pa ba tayo sa YouTube? Ayan, YouTube. Allowed po ba, I think this is for Dr. Barrion. Ma'am, Dr. Barrion, nandiyan pa po kayo. Allowed na po ba mag-walk-in or wala, or need pa po ng schedule sa barangay?
Sa ngayon po ay per scheduling po ang ginagawa namin, lalo na sa darating po na NVDs kasi malawakan po ito. But kung halimbawa po sa makakahintay sila maybe in the afternoon, doon na lang po sila pwedeng pumunta para makapagpabakuna po sila. We'll be doing that po in the next coming days. Pwede po yan. Salamat. Thank you.
Thank you po. Thank you so much po. I think we do not have any further questions. Sorry, may question dito na hindi tungkol sa vaccine. Paano po makakahabol ang bata para ma-improve ang grades nila? You can refer po sa kanilang advisors para ma-refer po sa akin or sa kung sino man na counselor nila. Ayan. From the pre-registration, sorry. For another question, sorry, napindot ko yung record. Ayan. From the pre-registrations, can students residing in municipalities outside of Batangas City be inoculated in Batangas City? If student is partially vaccinated, can vaccination be completed by the vaccination body the webinar is referring to? Dr. Barrion, ano pong, Ma'am Jen, paano po ang ating policy regarding this?
Yung as for the vaccination po, vaccination can be done anywhere as for the stand po ni DOH. Ano po, so kung darating po yung atin pong vaccine and they are willing to be vaccinated on this specific po na place po, pwede naman po sila po magpabakuna po doon.
Ayan. Thank you so much po. If there are no more questions, we will be heading to the next, Ayan, we will be heading to the awarding of the certificate. Now, let me call on Dr. Lala. Let me call Dr. Lorelai Perez Miranda to award the certificate and to read the citation.
Okay. In behalf of Dr. Lanusa, I would like to award this certificate of appreciation to Ms. Jeline Arante for her valuable knowledge and expertise in sharing, in being the resource speaker in the town hall meeting for pediatric vaccination held via Zoom conferencing this 27th day of November 2021. Signed, Dr. Corazon Lanusa, President of the Batangas Medical Society, and Dr. Hernando B. Perez, President of the University of Batangas. Thank you very much, Ma'am Jeline, for joining us as our resource speaker. And then we would like to also give the certificate of appreciation to Dr. Rosana Carmelita A. Barion for her invaluable contribution as the Batangas City Health Officer and her knowledge shared in the town hall meeting for pediatric vaccination held via video conferencing this 27th day of November 2021. Signed, Dr. Corazon Lanusa, President of the Batangas Medical Society, and Dr. Hernando B. Perez, President of the University of Batangas. Thank you, Dr. Rose. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Dr. Lala.
Ayan, thank you so much po. So before we to formally end this program, we would like to ask the Vice President of the Batangas Medical Society to officially close the program. I give you once again, Dr. Lala Perez Miranda.
Hello, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Dr. Hernando B. Perez, President of the University of Batangas, Dr. Corazon Lanusa, President of the Batangas Medical Society, Dr. Rose Barion, our CHO, and our principals of the high school department, the senior high, Dr. Agot Africa, and the junior high, Dr. Hilario Gico. And of course, I would like to thank our safety officer, Mr. Paul Sangalang, and other members of the technical team who made this possible. I would like to thank Ms. Charlene Closa, of course, the other members of our team, Miss Giselle, okay, Manansala, also, and our secretary of the Batangas Medical Society, Elva. I would like to thank all of them for making all of this possible as the technical team that worked together in bringing about this webinar. Batangas Medical Society, of course, is trying to do its part in helping educate the public regarding vaccination. And we feel it was very important to support National Vaccination Day that was broached by actually the medical community to our local government in order to push forward herd immunity. And so with the help of Dr. Barion, this was made possible, and of course our guest speaker this morning, of course, Ma'am Giselle Arante. Thank you very much for being with us. So to all the parents and all the children who are watching today, we hope that we were able to impart more information for you to make your choices regarding your child. And we hope that we were able to give you some assurance regarding vaccination. Should you have any more further questions, please don't hesitate to get in touch with your principal advisors, and they can easily forward your questions to us so that we can give you more information regarding any issues that you may be concerned with. So thank you very much, everybody. And it's my honor to close this webinar this morning. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you very much po, Dr. Lala, especially for the support in this activity. So once again, maraming salamat po sa ating parents, guardians, even students who are here with us today. This has been Ms. Giselle from the Guidance Office from the University of Batangas in partnership with the Batangas Medical Society, reminding you to always stay safe and have a great day. Now let us sing the UB hymn to close this program. Once again, thank you very much po.
Thank you very much for everyone.
Thank you po.
The march is on, the rain abroad, we mark the way of UB men. Now brings the cry of grim defy, of heart attack let loose again. Oh, 'tis the high for victory, the call to rise and strive. For the UB men are marching, when they hear high. To the cheerings, songs rise, they sing high. Heart to the door, as the ranks go marching by. Shoulder to shoulder, chanting our glorious name. Born high or far, the cheer along for Philippines. The march is on.